Hi, Mike here. You're watching Scout Restoration Yukon. In this video, I removed the rear axle from my 1966 Scout 800. Then I put it on the bench and removed the leaf springs. I will show all the details. I hope you like it. If you want to help, please subscribe to Scout Restoration Yukon. It's free. Mike Morrow, over and out. These U-bolts don't really look very old. So they must have just put the nuts on dry with no never sees or anything. Heating them red hot is not a good idea. I'm just warming them up. Okay, that's done. We'll pick those nuts up later when they cool off, of course. Hi, Mike here. You're watching Scout Restoration Yukon. The time has come to take a closer look at the rear axle in this 1966 Scout 800. When I acquired the Scout 2 or 3 years ago, the first thing I did was take the covers off the diffs so I could have a look at the crown and pinion. And I was quite pleasantly surprised to see that the gears were in excellent condition. I would even say crisp, like the gears were good. So that was quite encouraging. But of course, the axle needs to be removed and torn down and all the bearings checked and at the very least resealed and reassembled. So today, I'm going to remove the axle from the Scout, put it on the bench, and start to tear it down. So let's get to work. So for this job, I'm going to leave the wheels on the axle, and I'm going to undo the 2 forward ends of the springs and let them down until the wheels touch the floor. And as you can see, I have a floor jack propping one side, one spring up, which is sufficient for my purposes. So now I'm going to go underneath and remove those 2 bolts. Let's put the nut back on a bit. Quite often, these bolts are rusted right in. Nice things. Well, it moved. Can't complain about that, except my wrench flew away. The nuts take a 11/16 wrench, and the bolt side takes a 5/8 wrench. Let's take this bolt nut back off of here, like that. See if I can drive this out with a punch. There it goes. It's one side out. And I'll just try the other side without moving the jack. Shouldn't be too hard. There we go. Of course, I already removed the whole brake assembly and the emergency brake cables, parking brake cables, whatever you want to call them, and the brake line,
So the only thing is to disconnect these springs, and it should just roll right out of there. And once again, I'm going to put this nut back on here, and if we're lucky, this one might come off easy too. It moved. And I've got a different set of springs for the back here. And I think the shackles are too long, so we'll have to redesign all of that later. Now, that's okay. Well, darn it. Well, I think I need to jack over here. This small floor jack is very handy for doing light work, easily maneuvered. Okay, so now I took the weight off that. Up a bit. There. Now, see if it'll turn out some more. There. So that's the other side loose. Let's lift the jack down. There. Now I will remove the bolts at the rear of the spring at the bottom of the shackle. So I'm using a 7/8 socket on the nut on the 13/16. There we go. 13/16 on the wrench. So let's try this other nut here. There. So that's two of them out. So let's put the nuts back on. Flush. Whack them with a hammer. Here, let's see if they move. Of course they don't move. I think I'll try spinning that first from the other end. Or maybe I'll just undo the whole shackle at the top. Let's have a look at that. These shackles are ridiculously long. That's inappropriate, not correct. When the shackles are too long, when you put a load on it, the axle can move backwards. And that affects a lot of different things, like the slip yoke on your drive line can be extended out too far. A lot of things like that. And the wheels could actually come back and hit the body. Okay, this one turns. So take that nut off. Coming off pretty good. Top one. Pulling on that. Pulling on that. You don't want to hit there. There. There's one side undone. Take a look over here. There. We are disconnected. And we're rolling out. So I see I should have had the Scout a little higher. The wheels are touching. Jeez. I was about to raise the Scout a little higher and I didn't do it. I guess before I damage anything, I'll just take the wheels off. One, two, take the wheel off. Just let that down. Other side. Well, I can roll that a little bit. Floor jack. Get it out to here. So there it is. The axle is out of the Scout. Now I'm picking it up. Whoop. Just flip over like that. Okay. I'm picking it up some more. What's it going to do? It's going to undo itself, so I have to hold on to it. Right. Now, I kind of have to hold on to it or it's going to flip on me the wrong way. So let's just get that up a little higher. All right. Move the bench under the load. There we go. Get rid of that. That's why all my benches have wheels. Scaffolding casters, what they are. Okay, now you can set that down. And the axle is safely on the bench.
Attention, fellow Scout enthusiasts. Thanks for watching. I hope that you're getting useful insights from my videos. If I can earn 1,000 subscribers, I will be able to create Scout videos for a long time. Please like and subscribe so that we can continue this journey for years to come. I will show all the details. Over and out.
So I made a chalk mark here where the center bolt is, and I'm just measuring. That's 23 inches right there. It's 23 inches. Okay? And if I go this way, see that? From there to there, it's 23 1/4, right? So it's 23 1/4 from the center of this eye to here, okay? And on this end, it's 23 from the center bolt to the center of this eye. It's 23. So already I know the springs have been off and replaced because these are new U-bolts, and they put them on backwards. The shorter distance should be at the front. So these springs have been installed backwards. And that's no big deal because we're taking them off anyway. So now I'm going to take a wire brush and a grinder and clean all this off and put penetrating oil on it and get the springs off the axle. Actually, they're not that bad. I'm just going to wire brush them by hand. Because these U-bolts are new, I'm gonna try saving them. Usually, if they're really bad looking, I just cut them off with a torch or a zip cut. But these ones look pretty new. And I have another spring pack, which is thicker than this one. So that extra length may help too. Same thing other side. So a deep 3/4 socket actually fits these. Okay, nothing's moving. I think I'm going to heat those. These U-bolts don't really look very old. So they must have just put the nuts on dry with no never sees or anything. Heating them red hot is not a good idea. I'm just warming them up. Okay, that's done. We'll pick those nuts up later when they cool off, of course. So watch out for flying hot washers. So the springs are off, and I don't care which one was on the left, which one was on the right. I don't care. They're on backwards anyway, and I may not even use these springs. So just set them aside.
In conclusion, the axle is on the bench. In my next video, I identify the axle, I check the pinion backlash, then I remove the hubs and axles. I will show all the details. I hope you like it. If you want to help, please subscribe to Scout Restoration Yukon. It's free. Mike Morrow, over and out.